Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Tonight we were just thinking about sitting and chatting, but off screen. Lately, we've been sitting and we've started spook early. Because I take Halloween very seriously. Halloween's one of my favorite holidays, and there's a bunch of horror movies out. So I decided to force these two and a few others to watch movies with us.
He subjugated us.
We've been watching, yes, we've been watching three a night, and it's very fun just sitting and watching movies with these guys.
Mm.
So how this originally came about was I was sitting and thinking about what horror movies I'm going to watch this year, because again I take it very seriously, and um, I was thinking to myself, oh, what are some of the VHS only horror movies? Like movies that only ever like got off of VHS because of like people today, going, oh well, this should be on DVD. Um, Things that never got like a proper release. Uh, there's tons of these. There's like hundreds of these movies, and I found a random selection, and we watched them. So the first one that we watched was The Deadly Spawn. If Soul can pop up the list of movies we watched real quick, we'll go through them in order for as long as we want to tonight.
Except for the top right one. We're gonna save that.
Yeah,
Talk
the
about that
top right
for
one.
last.
Yeah,
The top right one, we
Mayhem
were
will
having
come last.
technical issues. Yeah, we were having technical issues, and one of our movies wouldn't play, so we just ended up watching that. Um,
No, I
so,
asked you guys if we could watch it, and you said yes.
oh yeah, because I can't tell you no. Yeah, that's right. I'm picking favorites. What do you think, Sol?
I really liked The Exorcist and The
Hold
Lighthouse.
on. What are you doing?
No, we're
What are you
picking
doing?
we're talking about our favorites first, like which ones we like the most, and then we'll
Oh,
talk through all of them.
oh.
I think that's fair.
I think. Oh, okay.
Like
Well,
our top three of these 9 movies, and then we'll talk
wait,
about all of
was
them.
that ever established, or did Sol just go on his own thing again without
No,
explaining
you
anything?
said
No,
you.
I think it's a good idea to choose our top three and then
Well,
go
yeah, it
through the
is, but
list.
it just was never said because I didn't say it, or no one did that I think of.
You said something
Either way,
along the lines of we. Forget it.
yeah, it's because I didn't say it. Anyway, uh, so yeah, we watched nine. Yeah, we watched 9 movies already, and we're going to continue doing it. Um, but what was everybody's favorite? Soul, you go first.
I really liked The Lighthouse, Exorcist, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, I think my list is the same. Um, Now I'm pretty sure you guys haven't even seen any of these movies until I showed them to you, right?
Yeah, until
No,
you
I
showed
have
them,
not seen any
I
of
never seen
these.
any of them.
I haven't seen any of these before.
Good.
Except for Mayhem, but that's the one I wanted to show you guys.
Mm.
Yeah, I've seen the bulk of them. I've never seen The Exorcist. I've never seen The Deadly Spawn. I think the only ones that I did see prior to this were The Lighthouse, Hellraiser, Scanners, and I think I watched not Return, Invasion of the Body Snatchers once when I was really young with my dad, but I don't remember it. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to watch
How
it
could you
again.
forget it? What is wrong with
Well,
you?
I have memory issues.
Don't you know?
Yeah, didn't you know I have like really bad memory issues? I'm
Hmm.
kidding. Well, no, I'm not kidding. But anyway, um,
My
honestly,
favorites, uh, I think I like the Deadly Spawn for third, Exorcist for second, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers for first. Those are my top
mm,
three of these 9.
I'm just gonna quickly listen to the thing on YouTube just to make sure it's working out perfectly.
Of course.
okay, that's fine. Um, we go. But yeah, um, I think let's start with the first one, the Deadly Spawn. Now, I didn't think this one was actually going to be that good. We went into all of these expecting them to be bad. Well, not all of them, obviously, but the VHS ones, which clearly from the cover you can obviously tell which ones are which.
Mm.
Um, I didn't think the Deadly Spawn was going to be good, but I mean,
Yeah,
look
it
at us
turned out
now.
to be it turned out to be really good.
Yeah, like the characters in it are competent. Um, Not all of them are stupid.
And it's actually like a really
Especially the
cool sort of concept.
hold on. So going from right to left. Um,
Mm.
what would we rate it? So it goes me,
I would
Jack,
say like a
Soul.
7.
I just said, motherfucker.
Well, wouldn't it go from top to bottom?
So
So
yeah, it's
Soul
top
first
to
and
bottom
then
because of the way it's turned. So we got Soul, Jackson, and me. Go.
I would say about a 7.
Jackson.
no you.
No, what order is it? I'm going from the Discord call order. That's what I've been going off of.
Oh, well then I give it probably the same, a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think I gave it that too. The
And
gore was really good. Um,
oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I was telling Soul. I was about to tell Soul. Heroes putting things in the Discord call for you.
Well, I mean, you could have messaged that without saying it out loud, but yeah. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I think the gore in it was really good. The monster looked really nice. The special effects were really good. I think there's only a few parts that were really rough. Um, uh, just had a lot of fun. The ending, talk about baiting a sequel. Talk about baiting a sequel. Jesus
Really
Christ.
ballsy. Really ballsy.
Yeah. And sadly, it didn't get a sequel. As far as I know, it did not get a part two. But technically, this one is actually a part two to another movie that we haven't seen yet.
What?
Yeah, apparently that was a sequel. Because
For
I was looking
real?
it up, yeah, because another name for this movie is Return of the Deadly Spawn.
Really?
Yeah, it's a part two to some other movie. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, um, without giving away too much. There is an issue with placement with one character. So like, there's this character that knocks on the door, and some of the characters are upstairs, right? They're upstairs, held up in one of the rooms, and she doesn't have a key, but she just walks like she uh, rings the doorbell. It catches the attention of the monster, and it leaves alone the character that it was harassing. So
Yeah.
so she's like, "Hey, where is everybody?" And that's the scene. It was like, "Oh no, she's dead," because if she opens the door, she's screwed. But no, it just cuts to her like trying to open the door to the other guy, like to the character's bedroom that all the other people are like held up in. And I'm just like, how did you not notice all the little worm monsters?
The
How did you not
creatures
notice
wandering
them?
the halls.
Yeah, they're all over the walls, on the floor. They're everywhere now.
Yeah,
Like, how did you not notice it?
Yeah, that's
Also,
like the one criticism. Just that, like, is like my one major criticism with like just them not noticing. But
it's only like a few small issues in the grand scheme of things.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it's a small thing, but still, like it's kind of big technically.
Mm.
like it's funny how this movie is more consistent than a lot of like modern horror movies.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I definitely get you.
Like,
It's
because of those things, it doesn't really establish how like the quote unquote monster functions or all that. You know,
yeah,
it's like, how is it able to do that? Fuck you.
Doesn't really
yeah.
matter. But yeah,
I do kind of like horror movies where it, like it doesn't really have to tell you how it works. It just does it. Because like
It
it's
leaves it
okay.
up to
Let's
audience
say
interpretation.
yeah, it's like an
it
alien
gives you
beast
enough
creature thing out of
information
the
to make your own conclusion about how it functions.
Yeah. Go ahead, Toxic.
as I was saying. Um, like let's say this is an alien from inside the Earth. Oh God, where did it come from? Probably from space. Oh, how can it do this? It just can. It's its ability because it's again an alien.
It's its special ability. It requires a 10-year cooldown.
My enemy state.
It's my enemy's stand.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like we don't need like such like in-depth crap. And if you want in-depth crap, do it in part two. You know, we don't. It's like with the first Predator movie. We weren't told what it was until part two, right?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
really. I mean,
Hmm?
we understood that was some sort of sports hunter, though.
Well,
I mean, we could
that's
pick
like
up
the bare
that on the
minimum.
context clues.
That's like the bare minimum. I think what he means is like, oh, it's we don't know how it functions. We don't know where it came from.
Hmm.
But in the second movie, that's explored more. Is that what you mean, Toxic?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't
It's
bog down the
elaborated
story.
upon.
Yeah,
Yes.
and now they've changed it because now the Predator needs the spinal fluids of humans to make it become better, even though it's 1,000 times better than a human.
That's stupid.
Yeah, modern retellings of like classics suck. So, um, yeah, it was fantastic. It was way better than I expected. I actually loved watching it. Um, fantastic. I wish there was a part two. I really do, because like I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away. Don't want to give away too much anyway, because hopefully this will actually get people to. Spoiler warning, obviously, for all the other movies. But hopefully this is like get people to actually try to watch them. But that ending, oh my God, the competence of everybody involved though was just
Yeah, especially
The
the
actual.
kid.
For
Especially the
once,
kid.
everybody is intelligent in a horror movie.
yeah.
On
It-
God
it kind of-
Almighty,
So,
we now see characters actually act like real fucking people with actual
sorry, did
fucking
you just say on
organization.
God?
Hmm?
Did you say on God?
Yeah? Why?
That is, it's a stupid modern saying by people who didn't finish school. And the reason I say that is because I just hate modern sayings that like cut out most of the words, because it tells me that the person who came up with it just didn't finish school, because I can't speak. Yeah,
I didn't
sorry.
realize it was modern.
I mean, people just started saying it recently, so yeah. Anyway, geez, too much dead air.
Also,
yeah,
you
so-
notice that in the background I am playing Grand Theft Auto.
doesn't that kind of go with that thing? I mean, are you calling our audience dumb, Soul?
No.
They're saying they can't pick up on the context clues.
are you retarded?
Yes.
I am currently being chased by the police.
You're about to be berated by me.
It's an average day in Birmingham then.
You mean Los Santos?
Not
No,
Birmingham.
It's
You
because we've been
heard
watching
what I said.
We've been watching Peaky Blinders on the side as well. We might actually do an episode on season 1 and 2.
It
a
will
shoot to shit,
probably
who knows?
be very improvisational. But I don't know.
It-
We'll see how
I
it goes.
just said a shoot. I just said a shoot to shit.
Oh,
That's all I
sorry.
said.
Sorry, my
Yeah.
bad.
You just gotta listen to your guests. Oh.
Stop being so mean!
No, I can't. I can't stop it. Well, stop giving me reasons to be mean. So, what I was saying is, I think we've said enough. That way, we don't give it away.
Because we want these people to actually watch what we're recommending here.
Yeah.
We shall all convert you to the church of old horror movies.
Indeed.
Dude, old horror movies are great.
Doribe.
I can't sing that.
But
Well, I can't sing in general, but, you know. I especially can't
I
sing
can't
that.
sing that because of my religious beliefs.
What religious beliefs?
I was a joke, so.
I can't sing because of my religious beliefs. What religious beliefs? Exactly.
I was making a joke better, bitch!
No, you weren't. Liar.
Welcome to the fucking home, you old bitch.
Fringe.
I'm the fucking juggernaut, bitch!
Anyway. So, well, so, I think the next movie, God, we can't even say much on that one either. Well, okay, fine. Spoiler warning. From now on, we can say whatever we want about the movie. So if you want to go watch any of these films, before
Go do it
let's
now.
talk about them, go for it. Yeah, pause this, go watch some movies, and pick us back up later, some other time. So, The Lighthouse.
Absolutely impeccable.
Ranking. Let's give it the ranking again, in the same order. So,
Yes?
Your ranking?
you stop. Pay attention.
I am... I give it... I got it. I give it a 9. It's a very high 9.
I'd give it a 9 too. I'm sorry. I
It's
went out of
bordering
order.
on 10.
An 8. I give it an 8.
How dare you!
I give it an 8. I am the outlier here.
I'm kidding.
So, this movie is supposed to be written and inspired by old folktales that people told on the sea back when like fishing and pirate stuff, well, you know, all that seafaring stuff used to be big before big tankers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
But everything. Oh, that's funny because oil tankers.
Oh yeah, that one cargo ship ended up blocking off a massive path for other ships.
That's not an oil tanker, but okay.
I said cargo ship, not oil tanker.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. I'm sorry, your retardation is slipping into me.
Spreading.
It's spreading. It's spreading, Eddie.
It is doing the spreading.
But let's get back on topic. So, yeah, that's what it's based on, and the entire movie is shot on a super old black and white film reel camera. So you get the true proper HD. You can see the pores in the faces of the actors. Which, let's get to the acting first before any rest of the story.
Impeccable.
The acting in it is phenomenal. It's incredible. Like, oh god, both of them hit it out of the park.
and William Dafoe did a great job.
Yes, Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson, just phenomenal actors. There's only two actors in this entire movie, and it's so good. Oh god,
Ethan
one of my
Winslow.
favorite horror movies. Ethan Winslow.
Like Willem Dafoe was seriously made. Well, he was born to play insane people.
Kooky characters.
Um, so the film is a psychological. I wouldn't say horror. Maybe horror, maybe thriller, whichever one you want to choose. Um, where two dudes put on an island watch the lighthouse, hence the name. But as
Essentially,
the
they're
movie
like,
progresses,
oh, sorry.
yeah. But as the movie progresses, it starts contradicting itself. But not like Marvel movies contradicting themselves.
It's like
It's to the point to
it
where
directly points out like the contradictions are a direct plot point,
mm,
right?
yes, Phil. Thank you for saying my point.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, yes, the thing is built to where you don't know what's going on.
Hmm.
Y'all can talk about it too.
That like yeah, the acting, the whole like insanity thing, like as the film progresses and they just slowly lose their minds and you can't tell who's really telling the truth and what's really a lie.
Mm. I
Yeah,
will say this. I can't say that this movie is for the faint of heart.
It is not.
yeah. It's very much extreme. It's not gory or anything. It's just it doesn't hold anything back. I'd say.
Mm. Between sexual depravity and stuff like that, mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
lots of
the
sexual
Oh,
depravity.
and the mental psychosis of the two characters in the movie.
yeah.
You'll see what we mean.
Again, a lot of it contradicts itself in a way that you don't know if uh, the POV of Winslow is true or if it's false. You don't know if most of the stuff that is happening actually happened or not.
Yeah.
It's unclear by design.
Because early on in the movie, he says that, well, uh, I'm just going to say the captain. Can't remember his name. Um, the captain
Thomas.
gets him from Thomas, from whatever he's doing, and he brings Ethan to the cabin, or not cabin, the main room that they eat in. And he goes, "What is he?" And he looks at it, he goes, "Well, I already swabbed it." And Willem Dafoe keeps on telling him, "No, he didn't." He starts yelling in his face. Because from what I gathered, he's still used to being a sea captain. It's like the way he treats Ethan um, throughout the movie. Um, you can tell that he's like used to smacking dudes around and yelling at them. Stuff like that just doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Mm. But that's the
Generally
first
fatherless
example.
behavior.
How is that fun? Anyway, um,
I was making a shit joke.
yes, it was very shit. Um, so that's the first example of the movie contradicting itself, or I guess, or the first sign that Ethan is kind of, not all there.
Yeah.
Again, we don't know because there's some scenes that either the captain is lying about because you were directly shown it, or uh, he says he did something but he never did because you quite literally see that he didn't do it. But there's no way that he could be able to lie about it because if he doesn't work, he doesn't get paid. So
Yeah.
yeah, so why would he not do the job? Why would he lie? And like, because you can obviously see if it's clean or not, you know.
Mm.
But yeah, the not to give it much away, but I think that's all I'll say on it. Fantastic. You're not gonna, you won't guess any of it. The only thing I'll guess is that two people are on a lighthouse island. That's it.
But
Things
with
fantastic.
but to add one last thing, the
Mhm.
last like third of the movie, I don't particularly enjoy even after my own little theory about what the ending means. I won't spoil the ending, but
Hmm.
like the last third of the movie, I just felt like it was a little
Disjointed?
too inconsistent and disjointed.
Hey, that
Not
would actually be a
inconsistent,
good
but like
episode.
just I'm not
Sorry.
what I'm not saying it's bad effort. I'm not saying that like they didn't
No,
put
no,
their
no, that's
all
not what
into
I'm
it.
saying.
What do you mean then?
No, what I was gonna say is that it would be a good episode to have all of us, all all four of us, watch The Lighthouse, talk about it on stream, and then try to find somebody's video where they're just bullshitting their way through a video saying how bad it is or something.
I
Seeing
mean, I
how wrong they are.
imagine we're not gonna be able to find many videos shitting on the lighthouse.
There's got to
No,
be at
you'd be
least one.
surprised. Oh, there's a
Oh,
few because when it came out, I saw a bunch of videos about it. I just didn't dig any further before I met you all.
Hmm.
So yeah,
might
so
I ask who trashed on it?
again, it was before I met you all, so it was a year ago. So I can't remember.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I just
He
don't have an
would
example
know.
right now. We'll look into it later, obviously. Um,
But yeah,
but
like to wrap up my thoughts on it, like it's an amazing movie. The filmography, the set, the characters, the actors, everything, like the writing, it's great. But in my opinion, it just kind of starts to dip too far into insanity towards the end. In my
there's
opinion,
never such thing as dipping too much. You know, like, if it is insanity, then
I mean into like the disjointedness of it,
uh, yeah,
just a
yeah,
bit
I
too
get what you
much.
mean.
Like it's not bad. It's just could have
A
been
little
a
bit
bit better.
confusing for your
Yeah.
tastes, correct?
Yes.
There we go.
And that's the answer.
And that's it. But okay, yeah.
But yeah, I could never,
Um,
in good faith, call this a bad movie.
Yeah, definitely not.
yeah, no, it's good. It should have gotten nominated, but it didn't get anything. It didn't get anything.
Not a single award, not even a
The
medal.
op-
And yet
the award
somehow
shows
Mad
are
Max
busted.
Fury Road got 7 fucking nominations for by the Academy.
Well, yeah, listen, nowadays they don't get films that are like
Good.
fucking dialogue, good dialogue and stuff. Now it's just like, oh, there wasn't an action scene. I didn't see anybody like do a long fight. So we can't nominate this. It's not an action movie. Oh my god.
No one morbed,
It's
so we can't give it
no
anything.
one more. Oh,
Did you
That's
see
not to
anyone
knock
morb in that movie?
the technical impressiveness of Mad Max Fury Road. It is quite stunning, but I will say that
dude, every movie is quite stunning now. Like that's not saying much these days.
Would you say it's stunning and brave?
Toxic, have you seen it
Beautiful
yourself?
embrace, stunning, but no, I haven't. But again, like that's not really saying much with movies these days with the amount of CGI and stuff that everybody
Hmm.
uses. Which, by the way, The Lighthouse uses little to no CGI. Well, actually, no, it uses very little CGI.
Very little. It's
Um,
just very little. It's very
yeah,
uncommon and
it looks
rare.
really good. Yeah.
In fact, I'm pretty certain that the only instances may be a seagull.
Oh, okay, seagulls. I thought you were saying the other stuff. Um, but yeah, I think it's these seagulls or CG. But yeah, um, fantastic movie. Cannot recommend it enough. We might actually do a full-on episode just based off that movie.
What's
think the
next on the
next one is
chopping
on the
block, my
chopping.
friend?
The
I was
next.
getting to that before you interrupted again.
What's your favorite movie? Toxic.
The stuff?
The stuff.
Yes, the stuff. Okay,
The
so
stuff.
while I was looking through the VHS movies, because there's tons more. So definitely like look forward to more shoot your shit spooky night episodes. Okay, um, we should call this shoot and spook.
The shoot and spook.
Yeah, shoot and
Indeed.
spook. But but uh, so I was looking for, of course, like VHS covers because you gotta look at the covers for names and shit, you know.
The
And
prime time
that one
spook.
came up. That one came up. The stuff, and I could not pass it up. It. Let's just look at the fucking cover. So I'll pop it up on the screen.
You can see all the posters at once right now.
Oh, look at it. It just looks like cum is coming out of the dude's eyes and mouth. I
That's
couldn't pass this up.
Oh, shit.
So we thought this was going to be prime grade A sludge. Like real crapper energy, right? But
The funny
it was,
thing
again,
is, it was pretty good. I think
it was all right.
Hang on, I think someone is cheating on this server because all the fucking a whole bunch of chests
you're
and
playing
treasure and
GTA
shit
Online, of course.
has just been
Yeah, dude, of course
given to
someone's
me.
cheating. Dude, it's GTA Online, of course someone's cheating. God. But yes, um, like it was again, same as the Deadly Spawn. It actually wasn't anywhere near as bad as we thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, it was actually
um,
pretty good in some respects.
yeah,
I'd give it at least a 7, maybe a
I'd give it a, I'd give it a 6.
six
It's
point
still a
five, I'd
really
say.
good score. Yeah.
I give it a
Um.
I give it a 6 too. Yeah.
Oh my God,
It,
six
it,
six six Bedevil's
it wasn't
never.
it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad either. It was decent.
I think the only big issue with the pacing is because like again spoilers.
And
Oof.
and the
So
introduction of too
I
many
have
characters.
yeah. Well, okay. Look, I'm gonna preface this. Well, I'm gonna let this one go because
What
you
the
know
fuck?
got what's the word to explain this is going to help my point from the thing. At first we thought
Dead
it was
air.
like a building. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Question, Soul, are you using these border thingamajigs on screen that Hero sent?
Uh, I put I have all the movies on screen at once. The big
Well,
collage
while we're
thing that you sent
talking
me.
about one, use the borders that Hero went out of his way to find,
Alright, give me a sec.
or at least have it as an overlay. Um, so yeah, it opens up with this guy walking around at this work facility, and some stuff starts bubbling out of the ground, and it's white. Which, yes, there were many a coon joke made during the viewing of this film.
There were a lot.
Um, there were many, too many. So, yes, okay. So this dude just walks up to it, and he sticks his hand in it, and he eats it. Just flat out. He didn't try to sniff it or
He's like,
nothing. He just goes,
that's
"Oh,
good.
that
That's the good shit.
He's like, oh, it's better than ice cream, and he starts eating more. But a dude walks up to him and is like, hey, what are you doing? And he goes, hey, you gotta try this shit. It's good. And he tries it. Oh my god, it's good. And then it instantly cuts to commercials for the stuff. So like,
And
the
it's already
pacing
progressed to the point where it's all over the nation and being sold in stores.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
well,
insane.
there's
How
a
quickly.
way you can definitely do that. Like you could do like a zoom in shot of like the stuff bubbling, and then zoom out, and it's like somebody like eating it out of a tub or something, you know? And like
Mm.
people are talking
Yeah.
about it, and you could do it like that. But it instantly goes from, oh, that's good, like the ground zero of them discovering it, to the stuff. You have to have it. You have to try it. The
Have
stuff. It's
more,
good.
get more, consume.
Exactly. It's just into a commercial instead of somebody just sitting there eating it. And like, okay, well, like if it just cuts again, the thing I had in my head, with that you can already like assume it's like, okay, they actually started uh putting out this product, um instead of it just instantly going the stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, like the pacing is nuts.
Yeah.
Um, there are some really good characters in it, like I wouldn't even say the detective. He's not even a detective. The ex FBI agent. Um, God, I don't even want to say a lot because I actually want people to watch it. The ending was weird, and the ending had a pretty good twist. With the guys basically changing the formula and still trying to sell it. I thought that was an interesting idea. Um, it's like, oh, it's already been tested because like they act like they already knew that this was going to happen, so they already had this idea already planned because they already had like art for the boxes and everything already.
Mm.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that now. It's like in that time they already had like a new plan set in motion for the stuff, and yeah, it's. I'm sorry, I'm talking a little too much tonight.
Oh, it's fine.
Um, but no, again, way better than what we expected. We thought it was going to be some like crappy like goo effect, but no, the effects are actually really good. Like the
It's
hotel
really
scene,
surprising and shit. It's like it's actually
the
a really cool movie.
the hotel scene, that was a really good effect. I mean, you could easily tell how they did it, but like still, it looked nice.
Yeah.
Um, I recommend the stuff. I recommend just about every movie on this list.
Do not eat it.
Uh,
Just watch it. Watch it bubble.
yeah, just watch others consume.
Bubble, 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 toil and trouble, fire burn.
Fire burning its screen. Um. Ow, my back. Ow, my back. Ow.
When you walk away, you won't hear me say, please,
Please. Help.
no.
We're 12. So,
All of us are collectively.
do you guys have anything else to add on to the stuff? That
Not really. Like my biggest criticism with it is just that, yeah, the pacing and just like I think they introduced way too many characters.
yeah.
So again, 6.5.
Yeah, yeah. It's a 6 or a 7. So yeah, 6.5.
Also, if you're into it, there are some communist jokes.
Oh yeah, yeah, because they lie to him to get him to help. It's like, hey, did you know there are communists around? It's like, not my city.
Yeah. Um, so the next one needs no introduction
Just one
if you're
sec.
actually a
Just one
fan
sec.
of horror
Let
movies.
me
Okay,
just
I'm
get.
throwing it up. The next one needs no introduction. It's classic. You all have heard of it.
Hellraiser.
One of the. It's one of the mother. I'm gonna lose my temper with you.
I'm sorry.
I'm actually gonna lose my temper with you.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Hellraiser. Let's talk about it.
The man, the myth, the legend, the forbidden Rubik's Cube.
You opened the box. We came. Oh.
And then that's it.
So, Hellraiser is a film about a little box that people somehow get their hands on, and they use it, and it summons what are called the Cenobites. It's this whole thing to torture you because the people that try to get it are sadists or people that try to do like the most taboo of taboo things. So that's what the box is meant for. That's what it's
Tell
supposed to
me,
be for. Yeah.
what is your
So
pleasure?
the only reason why the movie even happens is technically because of an accident, which I like. So we're basically thrown into the world of like the box and the Cenobites on accident. That's what I love about this movie, because again, it's not a horror movie monster that goes after you. The box just lands in people's hands sometimes.
And also, the Cenobites can't come into our world naturally. They can only come to the world through the box. And when
Well,
whenever whatever they're doing with the box is done, they close it and then they go away, and that's it.
Hmm.
yeah, I gotta say, worst wife in history is in this movie. One of the
Yes.
worst wives I've ever seen in film.
Does
She
Frank live
is.
here?
I hate that woman. I hate her. Like, oh God, she she okay. She fucked her husband's brother the day before their wedding day on her wedding dress. Okay, and
They fucked on
like
top of the wedding dress.
yes, and when he leaves her because like he's like, oh, it wasn't enough, and she's like, please, please stay. Um, he just bails, and she marries the brother, obviously, but she literally can't get Frank out of her head. That was years ago. That scene of the flashback showing that they fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, she still like hates the husband. It's like the father, the husband, father. One of the best fathers I've seen. One of the best fathers I've seen in film. Well, actually, that's probably an overstatement.
And
But no,
he's
he doesn't.
he's just trying to provide for his family. That's it.
He
He's a
tries. Yeah,
goodman. He's a goodman.
does his best. Does his best. My hat goes off to him. If I still wore hats a lot, which I actually don't. I know I used to wear hats all the time.
I did too.
Same. You want to make out about it?
No, what? It's like, man, we have something in common. You want to fuck?
Yeah, that's how it works, right? Like Twitter told me so.
That's not. Don't listen to the Twitter bites.
Well, no.
Well, what? That's what we're calling the residents of Twitter now. Twitter bites.
Right.
No, wait, better, even better.
It's Twitter
Twitter
bites.
haters.
No, Twitter
What?
bites. They're Cenobites, but in disguise. They've corrupted Twitter.
Ah,
Yeah.
Anyone who opens the box becomes cringe.
We have such fringe to show you.
Leaving
No,
us
they just show
so
they just show them DeviantArt for like Nintendo and Sega properties.
Yeah, they show them the dark sides of DeviantArt, the sides that you never want to see. But if you dive too far down, we will show you such great wonders.
I have seen such things.
Oh, you poor soul.
You poor bastard. So
Willingly.
Ah,
now, I guess we can talk about this one. It's older. Like everybody knows what Hellraiser is, pop
and if
culture and all that.
they don't, then they are not among the blessed.
They're not among the horror elite.
Yes.
So, what would we rate this? Again, same order.
8 or 9?
I give it a 9. It was very good.
I give it an 8. I don't know. There was just something about it. It's fantastic. Don't get me wrong.
There's just like,
It's
there's
just-
just this one
but there's
element
just
that
something
it's missing,
missing.
it feels like, you know?
Yeah, it definitely feels like there's something missing. It feels like there's something that's just incomplete about the film. I have no idea what it is.
Actually, now that you pointed that out, I agree. I'll give it an 8. Yeah.
There's just some
Like, it's
special
or 8 and
sauce
a
that's
half, 8 and a
missing
half.
from this movie.
I'll give it 8 and
Now,
a half. Like, if there's just
I will say,
something missing, it's missing the
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. No, I will say, some of the best practical effects for bodies I've seen
Yes.
is in this film. Like the
Pinhead is
regeneration
still
scene.
one of the classic movie monsters of, well, classic modern movie monsters, I should say.
Wait, who?
Pinhead.
He's not modern. He's like the 90s.
Modern
He's an
in
oldie.
comparison to, like, the Universal monsters.
And yes, we will be watching those.
Oh, I'd love to watch them, actually, yeah.
We can't do Spook without the classics, man. The
Yeah.
literal classics. We can't do it.
Will we review any of the Christopher Lee Dracula movies?
Yes. Again, we have this
yes.
month and all month next month. Again, we have plenty of time. And it might spill over into the month after that. And then Christmas starts. I don't want to laugh at her. Oh God, did you hear it? She's here.
Who's here?
What?
So, next
I was making
next on the
notes,
chopping block?
Well, hold on.
I'm just asking, man. I didn't say. Are we going to cover what's on the chopping block next?
So, again, the reason why we're not going in depth like we want is because we don't want to give it away.
We want to let you
yeah.
discover such beautiful torment on your own.
Indeed.
Yeah. We also don't want to speed through it. We're taking our time, or at least I am. But again, don't want to give away too much. Okay.
So
Now,
next up, we got some controversial takes. I'd say.
Oh
on
yes,
this movie.
yes, definitely.
yeah.
What some
It is-
consider to be a horror
I shall-
legend. We're
I shall
not exactly
introduce
the
it.
biggest on. We're not exactly all that big on. It
Gosh,
Yes,
Cole.
it is a horror classic by many a people, known as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, who wants
I
to
think-
start with
Now,
this train wreck?
just
Hold
one
on.
thing.
Stop. Rating first.
6.
5.
Very low 6.
I give it a 5. I'll let Jack start off with it. You're still relatively new. Go for it.
The pacing.
Mm.
And I don't think the pacing is terrible, but it could have done with a lot more work. Like, cause the first 3/4 of the movie, I think the pacing is good. I think it is great pacing, like the build up of them getting paranoid and wondering what's going on, and everything starting to crash around them. I think that's good. Would you agree?
Yeah. No, I 100% agree.
But then the final part, it's just like, it just drags and drags and drags. Right?
Yeah.
It just keeps going and going, and it's just like, get to the point.
I will say this real quick.
Uh-huh.
I think that whoever did the remastering on the movie did a very fine job. The picture is incredibly clear.
We watched the remastered version of it. It looked like it was made on a Blu-ray.
Yeah, it looked really good. The picture quality was very good.
Fantastic. Looks fantastic.
Mm.
I will say. So do you want to say anything? Because I have a tangent again. Sorry, because I'm a big retard.
They used real skeletons.
They did?
Did
Yeah.
they?
Yeah. Cheaper than using prop skeletons, actually.
Let me guess. Donated to a science thing.
Something like that.
Do you mean the the human skeletons or like the animal skeletons?
Both.
Oh.
Allegedly. I'm pretty sure those human skeletons are real.
I think
I wouldn't doubt it.
I think at minimum the animal skeletons are real.
Yeah.
I mean, right? Because
Mm.
like, what's the point in getting props? Just go get some animals. Have some fun with it.
Um, so okay, y'all, y'all got everything out.
That's my major complaint. As we talk more about it, I'll probably have some more. But go with your tangent.
Yeah.
Let's have your rage
So
come forth.
I was pissed by the end. The end just drug on, and I thought about it, and I said it while we were watching it. Maybe it's because like it was set for a theater audience originally. Like back in the day, these were made for specifically theaters only, or at least that was the whole market, the original market anyway.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
didn't really have a home market back in like the 70s that much.
Well, no, you did. You had like VHS and stuff, but like,
Not that much in comparison to theater that
oh
is.
yeah, yeah. But, like more people were going to the theater than ever buying physical copies and stuff.
Mm.
Most of the time, anyway. Um, but that's what I thought, and then I was thinking to myself, that doesn't matter. Like, fucking end the movie for God's sake. Like, you already have the last survivor. Well, that's not a spoiler. I mean, it's the end of the movie. You already have the last survivor. Just end it. Just end it. But no, they don't. They drag it out and insert ending of the movie here. Just drag it out. They drag it out. They drag it out. Fucking see, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the end. I will say the first death was not expecting it. Was not expecting it. Man just came out of nowhere and then left.
Mm.
I will say the characters died really fast, like one after another.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fast.
It was like a meat shop, man.
It's like just go.
But
Like,
yeah,
it was-
Get them in the
if you
grinder and then
want-
get them out.
if you want the type of experience that you were expecting with this movie, then I would say that honestly, just play the introduction of Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, I'll have a much better time.
Yeah. Even though it does devolve into nonsense by the
No.
end of the game.
No, liars. I
What?
haven't played it. I haven't played any of the new Resident Evils. All the new ones look shit. Village especially. Fuck Village.
I think Resident Evil 7 is fine.
Okay, but yeah, I apparently part two is way better. Apparently part two is way better, and we will have a night specifically for sequels.
Mm.
Um,
You know, Hellraiser 2, Chainsaw 2, all
I
of
mean,
them.
we're keeping them hush hush, you moron. But yeah, sequels night for different things. So that's about as much as we can say on it without giving giving the entire thing away. It honestly feels like it should have been shorter, because it doesn't feel like a lot goes on in it. Like, to be honest with you, it doesn't feel like a lot goes on in it at all. Now that I think about it, like there's not really a lot of there's like zero character development. And now that I think, yeah, there's like none of the characters have like characters except for the guy in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
That's
now
it.
that you mention it, yeah.
They are literally just there to die. I mean, yes, I mean horror movie, yada yada.
I mean, that's how all slaughterhouse movies are.
I mean, yeah, but still, like with the ones that I've seen, like they at least say things and have characters. These guys don't. The only one that does is the one in the wheelchair.
And what's honestly
Yeah.
kind of shitty is that everybody's always on the guy's case for some reason.
Yeah, they're so unnecessarily rude to him. You're right, Soul.
Treat him like shit. That man deserves better in this movie.
He should have been the one to survive.
Yeah. Leatherface just sees his wheelchair and he's like, I understand. And he just walks away and leaves him out in the woods for him to roll away. But he can't. He just dies.
Yeah, but I did like it in the beginning where like kind of the foreshadowing of what's about to happen with that crazy guy.
Yeah, that one was good.
Yeah,
The
that
van
was
scene
it was
really nice.
so unnerving and the tension was pristine.
Oh yeah, yeah. It actually made me feel uncomfortable, which a lot of like it takes a lot for a horror movie to make me feel uncomfortable, and actually spookied. Yes, that's a word. Um,
Get this big spook.
you got to give me the big spook. I shit myself.
You gotta get the big spook or else you get nothing.
I'm schwitzing. Um, I'm schwitzing. The schwitze. Anyway, so that's as much as we can say on it, or at least me. I don't know if you guys have anything else.
I think I've said everything I want to say about the movie.
Yeah, I think I've said everything too. Yeah, like it's like despite
I just want to
how
make sure
I think
that we covered as much as we could for the movie. You know, everything that we needed to cover that was specifically relevant. And yeah, we
yeah,
still
like
recommend that you
to
at
wrap up my
least give it
thoughts.
a watch.
Wrap up my thoughts.
Sorry.
To
Sorry.
wrap up my
Let him
thoughts.
speak. Oh, Jesus Christ.
To wrap up my thoughts.
Yeah, yeah.
Despite the goodness of the first 3 quarters of the movie, the last quarter just ruins it.
Mm.
It does. Like
Like we
it
were
was so
watching
bad.
on our
Yeah, you got it.
on our movie night when we watched this. The stuff was first, and we were just like, "Oh, this movie's hysterical. This movie's great. It's funny." This like it was like a so bad it's good sort of thing. And then with Hellraiser, it was like, "Oh, this is a really good, horror movie. This is the effects were great. Like this is good." And then Texas Chainsaw came, and after we finished it, we were just like, "I don't want to do anything now. That was so shit."
We were so pumped after watching the first two. We were wanting to watch a fourth one. We were going to watch a fourth movie that night.
Instead of our usual 3.
Yeah, but it just killed the vibe, honestly.
Mm. Absolutely.
It just
Honestly,
it was terrible.
the ending really ruined it. Apparently, part two is even better. So
Well, we will be having a sequels night as per Toxic's request.
now I got scanners because surprisingly I actually own this one. So I got this. So the only reason I know about this movie, my uncle gave me a box of random DVDs that looked like they were, like I said, originally a bunch of VHS movies did not make it to DVD until a bunch of small companies popped up in the past few years to actually buy the rights to these movies and bring them to DVD, right? And they didn't make a lot of money back. They just did it because a lot of people wanted it.
Yeah.
And they were specifically passionate about those properties.
Yeah. But the only time I've ever seen this movie ever referenced in anything is the SAO abridged. Yes.
Just one sec.
The scene. What?
Just one sec. There we go. Change to
Okay.
the thing. We are
Thank
talking
you.
about, of course, scanners.
Scanners. Yeah. Yeah.
So, you may continue, Toxic.
Thank you. So that's the only time I've ever seen it referenced. Only time I've ever seen anybody talk about it at all. So I thought this. I didn't even find this one on the list of movies that I found googling different things.
Yeah, it's
I
like
just
nobody
looked
talks
over
about this ever.
Well, no, it's not that. That's not it. I found it later, but I found it later after what I was about to say. I turned to my shelf to see the ones that I do already have that were from original VHS. Well, originally primary. You get what I mean.
Yeah.
So I look over and I see stuff like Nightmare City, City of the Living Dead, Hell of the Living Dead. Yeah, really dumb titles.
Lots of Living Dead here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're really jumping on that Living Dead. Um, and then I see Scanners, and I stop. And I'm just like, yes, because it was a roller coaster. The pacing is frantic, to say the least.
But
Hmm.
I think the pacing kind of works with the. Oh, we forgot. What's our rankings for it?
Yeah. I was about to get to
I
that
would give
too.
it like a 7 or an 8.
I
Hmm.
give it a 7, a solid 7.
Yeah, I definitely give it a solid 7. Now
Lucky
It's
7,
this
baby.
it's a very good
this
movie
night,
all around.
this line of movies, this night, one of the best ones we had. One of the
Yes.
best so far that we've had, and you'll see why in a little bit. But I want to hang
Before
on this one for a little bit.
we
Um,
continue, I need to use the
yeah.
restroom right quick.
No worries, man.
Okay. Go on.
So you guys talk about random nerd shit while I use the restroom.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um. No, I can talk about the movie nights that we got planned if you want.
Go
So
ahead.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, host man.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, hold on. What I'm seeing on screen is confusing because now the game's just pulling me all around. Sorry.
Well, yeah, it's probably a hacker.
Yeah.
That's why nobody plays it on normal servers anymore. They just play it in private servers.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. So the nights that I have planned are, like I said, sequel night. Uh, I really need a night just for what I call I don't know. I'm workshopping the title, but I think one is just off the top of my head is VHS garbage or VHS trash because I've been spoiling y'all. I have been spoiling y'all with stuff like The Lighthouse, Hellraiser, The Exorcist, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I think I've been giving y'all a little too much to be happy about. So I need to get you all some of the nitty gritty trash that I have found, is what I think I need to get you all. Because y'all had it too easy. Um, so I want vintage nights. I want Stephen King nights. I want well, actually, a Stephen King night is already planned. I actually already have a lot of movie nights planned already. The vintage night, a lot of the VHS nights, a black and white night, classic night. Um, classic night being the classic horror monster movies. Um, but black and white night means like old black and white films, stuff like Alfred Hitchcock, um, Vincent Price, stuff like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, yeah.
That actually sounds like a
Oh,
lot of fun, man.
oh yeah. Um, we might even do a Twilight Zone night where me and my father actually go through the Twilight Zone and find really good episodes to show you all.
Ah, yeah.
Um, yeah, because
Would the episode where they end up meeting Hitler be on that list?
is that in the original?
It's one of yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's black and white, so
Well, okay. Are you thinking of Night Gallery? Because I don't remember that one. Then again, I don't remember anything, so take that with a grain of salt.
hmm.
Um, yeah. So yeah, stuff like that. Night Gallery. Just some spooky episodes of things. And coming November, boy, we're getting into the good stuff in November. We got Evil Dead Night. We're going to be watching all the Friday the 13th movies, and we will be digging deep into those movies because if it's a specifically Friday the 13th movies for that entire row of movies, I guess you could
A
say.
lot of the Friday the 13th movies are shit.
Yeah. So since uh, since it's
Get on your
specifically
mute.
that movie and not like and not like a medley like we got right now, we are going to be digging into those. We will be talking about the movie instead of going being very vague about it. But there's a lot that I want to do. There's definitely a lot that I want to show you guys, and I will drag you to them if need be.
I will say this one thing. It feels like a lot of the first movies of a lot of horror series are sort of outliers in their own, series.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Like Friday 13th 1 is very different from 2. Uh, Predator 1 is very different from Predator 2, and so on and so
Well,
forth.
yeah, they can't just do the same thing for the second movie, so.
Surprisingly, Nightmare on Elm Street 1 and 2 are relatively similar,
Hmm.
all things considered.
Um. Okay. So, Scanners. It is a film about psychics, and I don't even know how to even say anything without giving anything away. Give me a second.
Well, just take your time, man. We have we
So,
have all day.
so without giving it away. By the way, when we were about to start these movies, I didn't know there were sequels. I had no idea. I thought it was just that. I thought
There
it
are
was
like
just the first
Yeah,
movie.
there's no
I only thought
spin-off.
there was like the first couple as well. Right, first one.
No,
Sorry, first one.
no. And apparently there's like a scanner cop. I have no idea if that's connected, but it's the same font, so
It
no
might be a
idea.
spin-off
And
of some kind.
it's also got the same general layout of the original movie poster.
Yeah. So that's definitely going to be watched and talked about.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the pacing for now, I guess, or just about the movie itself without the beats, because I don't know how to talk about it without giving it away.
I unfortunately did miss a bit of it because I joined the call a bit late.
That means you get to keep your whore mouth shut.
Yeah.
What?
So I can't really say much about the pacing.
Jax, what do you say?
I think the pacing is a bit sporadic, but also I feel it kind of lends to the way that like the universe that it takes place in, like the unknown and like the quickly emerging level of psychics, these scanners. Like people don't know much about them, nor do they really. They just want to like have them dealt with, you know,
Hmm.
Yeah.
like fast, no matter what happens. And I feel that adds to the movie's like pacing. Like it is sporadic, it is kind of fast, but it adds to the universe it takes place in.
Yeah, yeah. Um, at first I thought the opening scene was bad until the end of the movie when it is explained why um the scene happens like that. Uh,
Remind me again what that was.
the mall, the mall scene
Oh yeah, the mall
at the
scene.
in the beginning. Yeah, in the beginning. Um, but yeah, it's explained at the end why it was like that, and there's a lot of it you don't expect. There's a lot of twists. There's a lot of good action, not like physical action, but like, oh god, the set pieces too. My god, like the artist. Wow, like all that just for this movie. I'm pretty sure like they actually used an actual artist, well at the time artist's place and art gallery, because there's no way they just made all this art just for this movie. There's no way. There's no way they did it.
Hmm.
Very disturbing looking, very cool looking. Um, but
I'd say that's a pretty
I
good way to sum up Scanners.
yeah, yeah, disturbing and cool. It has again very good practical effects. A lot of gore too, surprisingly.
Impeccable for the time, I must say. Actually, they're
Oh,
Yeah.
very
yeah,
impeccable for now. They kick
yeah.
the
I
shit
will
out
say
of.
there is something in it that's stupid.
They
There is
literally
something
would
in it
not
that's
be able to
very
make it the same way as they did, they would not be able to make it how they did then if they tried to make it now.
yeah. Like it would mostly just be CGI, and like there would be shit swirling around the room. It'd be like the X-Men fight. Uh, yeah, it would just be like shit flying everywhere instead of like just mental and like their bodies actually showing damage from the thing. But this is again, okay, Jax, what do you think? Better than what you were expecting just because of the cover?
it was like I think at my expectations, pretty much.
Wait, it met your expectations?
Maybe it went a bit, maybe like a bit better than my expectations, but not by much. Like I was just like, oh, that's a bit better than I expected.
Yeah, it's one of those ones
It's
where
as
it's like,
good as it needed to be.
yeah.
Yes.
When I watched it, like I wasn't expecting anything. It was just a movie that I found in the pile, and I just popped it in. I watched it years ago. Um, but I think it was really nice.
Hmm.
Um,
And I'm glad
again,
that something witty entertainment actually referenced it in the abridging of SAO.
it's because the really gory scene in the university.
Yeah, the
Um,
scene that everyone knows.
Yeah.
yeah, the effects on that look great. It actually looks like what it's supposed to be.
Hmm.
Um, again, you guys can go watch these. Uh, a lot of them, unfortunately, a lot of them you cannot find on streaming services.
Or
So
access legally, for that matter.
yeah, so what's on iPatch.
You gotta do a little bit
you,
of that yo ho ho.
you know what to do. You know what
Yo
to do.
ho ahoy.
I think they got it all.
Yeah.
But
SpongeBob me
um, SpongeBob me beep, SpongeBob me beep. Um, so these next two, we could
One
talk
sec,
about
one
these
sec,
for
one
hours.
sec, one sec, one sec.
Okay. The next two we could talk about for hours. Now, this one, everybody knows what this is. One of the most prolific horror movies to ever exist. So scary,
Hold up,
quote unquote.
fuck.
I can still introduce it, you ask.
What? I didn't.
Hmm?
Shit,
What?
I didn't download The Exorcist. One sec.
It's
Image.
fine. Calm down. Again, I'm introducing it,
Yep.
so it's fine. Jeez. So, again, yeah, it's The Exorcist. Yeah.
Sorry.
hmm Anyway, rating.
9.5.
Did we give it already? Or wait for Exorcist?
Yeah, we're doing Exorcist now.
Uh, uh, if I give it a 10.
I give it a 10. Um, it is now one of my favorite horror movies because I didn't actually see it. The
You know
only
what?
reason I
Yeah,
haven't seen the
you know what? You're
classics and
right.
stuff is because
10.
I could never.
10.
The reason why I haven't seen quite a lot of these is because just didn't get my hands on it until recently. So it was stuff like that. We did have it on VHS when I was a kid, but back then I wasn't allowed to watch it, and then we got rid of it. Which I'm never forgiving my family for getting rid of most of our VHS movies because my God, we all regret it now.
You can't even find most of them anymore.
Yeah, dude, we had like a room filled with VHS tapes, and we got rid of most of them, if not all of them. Yeah, the only ones we kept were the Disney ones. It was like, ah. So, um, this movie, God, where do you start? Where do you start? Classic is the best word you can describe it as.
Now, like
Classic.
I think I mentioned this during when we were watching, or like before. I think it was after we watched the movie. That this is a true classic. Not that Texas Chainsaw Massacre bullshit. This lives up to the title of classic.
I will say
Exactly.
one thing, but I would say that it's a different breed of horror. You know, it's got some class to it in a way. That's the best way I could describe it.
Oh, real quick, the um the stairwell scene or the stairs scene. Y'all know the one we all kind of
Yeah.
jumped to a little bit. That actually wasn't in the original theatrical release.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, it was actually a scene that it was like a cord or something that was very visible, and they couldn't get it out of the shot. So they cut it, but they kept the recording because years later they were able to just remove the cord like completely, and
Like
they
with
just put it in
editing?
the movie. Yeah, yeah, they just put it in the movie uh, through the magic of editing. Now again,
Uh
most
oh.
hmm? Sorry.
I was gonna say to Toxic. No, not Toxic. Soul.
Yeah.
What I mean by classic is like it does like in terms of the genre of horror that doesn't really
It's a
matter
masterpiece,
because
basically.
people say always said like, oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's one of the classics, it's one of the best horror movies out there, and then we watched it and no,
It was
it does not live
underwhelming.
up. It does not live up to the classic moniker. But with The Exorcist, it is touted as the classic horror movie, like the classic, the number one classic, and I agree,
Yeah,
like wholeheartedly.
yeah. It's
It
it's
lives up
definitely
to that moniker.
it's definitely now on my top
Its
5.
reputation is very much deserved.
Yes.
It is. It like everybody's like, oh, it's overrated. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and go take a hike because this movie is it. This is the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're talking about horror movies, this should be in the discussion. This is the. It's almost as good as you can get because there is no point in the writing where it contradicts itself. There's no point in the writing where it's a low. There's no point in the writing where someone says something incredibly stupid. The writing on it is as no, I'm not going to say that.
It's
Well,
very
I
sharp.
mean, they,
Extremely tight.
well, I mean, they do say stuff that's incredibly stupid, but that's only from the audience perspective. In universe, it makes 100% sense.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a very
hold on.
sharply written film.
And what I
Yeah.
mean by that is like the doctors, like they're like, oh, is something wrong
Yeah,
with her
yeah,
mentally?
yeah. The doctors are fucking.
To us, that's obvious. It's obvious that it's stupid, right?
Well, yeah, I get you now. In the universe, they don't know that she is. Well, it's Exorcist possessed. There you go. They don't know that she's actually possessed, so they're trying to explain it with all this different stuff. But to us, we're just like, it's obvious. Okay, fine.
painfully obvious.
I'll spoil one scene where it's the scene after the bed shaking, right? Like the mother runs into the room and the bed is actually physically like bouncing. It's jumping like a
Lifting off the
lowrider.
floor.
Yeah, it's lifting off the floor like a lowrider. And she actually jumps on it, tries to stop it, it doesn't stop. And the scene later when they actually bring it up, the doctor is like, "Oh well, it was a spasm, and sometimes it can shake the bed." And he's like, "Doctor, no, it was bouncing up and down like the
It was
legs are
bouncing like
cracked.
a full foot off the floor.
Yeah, the legs are cracked. I jumped onto the bed and it didn't stop. I held her down and it didn't stop. And he just goes, "Your daughter's bed is the issue here." Like, fuck you. We actually had to stop the movie because we were just like, "Oh, he's retarded." But with that one caveat, that one nitpick,
A
so
very
that
minor nitpick in the grand scheme of
he
things.
just could be stupid, or just being a smart aleck, or
it's
doesn't want to
also-
believe.
It's also because as humans, when we see something we don't understand, we try to rationalize it to make it make sense in our own minds, right?
Yeah,
So that doctor being told that he's not, he like to his knowledge, he could be dealing with a crazy mother or someone who's exaggerating it. You know,
yeah,
he doesn't
Yeah.
know. He wasn't there. If he had been there and saw it, he would have been like, okay, this isn't normal. But he didn't see
Yeah.
it, so you know.
yeah. It's the whole hindsight, like, oh, we're the viewers, you know.
We know, but they don't. We have omnipresence in this story.
Yeah, we're effectively
Yeah.
God watching from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
But-
a very minor nitpick in the grand scheme of things.
Yes. But God, the ending. Oh my God, the ending. Yes.
The ending
ultimate
was
Chad. The ultimate
perfect.
Chad. He wins. He wins. He's the ultimate Chad. Gotta
Yeah, they
say.
won.
Yeah. He wins. He
Do you,
wins.
mind, do you mind if I explain it, like spoil it, or should we?
This one, no, absolutely not this one, because I
Okay,
feel
fair
like
enough.
everybody should see this. We actually might do a full-on breakdown of both of these, of both this one and the next movie. I honestly think we should at some point.
Yeah, like these
especially
movies,
the
like
next-
these last two movies are just so good.
Yeah.
Good. If they came out decades ago.
We need more movies like these, or like this. Just like
Exactly.
just good writing, good characters, good good setting, just good everything. It doesn't even have to be perfect. Like The Exorcist is perfect, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
bar a few nitpicks, but we just need good writers and good stuff like this. Like this is amazing.
Agreed.
Do you know that some people put The Exorcist and The Purge in the same breath?
Oh
Do
come
you know that?
on,
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
that is
Fucking hate those
bullshit.
people. Like, oh, The Purge is so deep and meaningful, and The Exorcist
In
is
the
so well
words
written.
of what you sent me, Soul, the Allosaurus had never seen such bullshit before.
It honestly is some of the most like coping shit I think I've seen.
Cope,
We will
seethe,
have a
and
modern
mold.
night. We will have a modern horror movie night. You all will hear about it. You all will definitely hear about it. Um, but holy shit, the ending about. There is one thing. There is one thing I didn't
The build up,
understand.
the tension,
There's
everything is
one thing
just
I didn't
great.
understand. It's the necklace. I'm just gonna leave it at that because you already know what I'm talking about. Well, you two know what I'm talking about. The
Yes, I
necklace.
know what
I
you're
didn't
talking
understand
about.
it. I didn't understand. That's the only part of the movie that escaped me. That's it. That is it.
It might just come down to God into divine intervention.
No, that's not.
Oh,
We'll talk about it later, Saul.
sorry.
Um,
Well,
you're
because wait,
fine.
was the guy who? Wait, I think I can explain it.
Okay.
So
The method.
the old man priest, right? He
Mhm.
was in the beginning with the excavation, right?
Yeah, but they never met. They never met. Like later when they try to introduce the two, they say that he's only been back for 3 months and he's been not even
Well, no,
around a lot of people.
I think that he gave it to the guy during the exorcism.
Did he?
I
Yeah, because if
think.
he did, then yeah. If he did, then yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe we missed it. Maybe when we watch it again, we'll notice. But if not, then I have no idea.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
But
definitely want to rewatch this again at some point. Because my God,
aside from the slight nitpicks, this was a 10 out of 10. This is a perfect movie.
Absolutely
this yes,
spectacular.
this is absolutely fantastic. Highly, highly recommended. Cannot recommend it enough. Now the next one
Was an accident.
we will. Yes, actually, the next one was actually an accident because I didn't know. Well, I should have known because my dad. I didn't know that there was one that was made in the 1950s. This is a 50s movie. Okay, this is black and white.
There was actually a remake of it. There are two remakes of it actually. There was a 60s one and a 70s one.
Yep, every 10 years.
Every 10
Um,
years.
And every 10 years it comes back to haunt me. I see his
now
face
I was
staring
talking to.
deep
Okay,
into my eyes.
I was talking to my dad about it, and I told him I watched it. His face just lights up. We sit there and talk about it for a while, and we even talked about the remakes. He goes, "Oh, have you seen the remake yet?" And I go, "No." He goes, "Okay, I won't spoil anything for you, but you will be disappointed." I was like, "Oh, yep."
We are talking, of course, about Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yep. The now this, if oh god, if we're talking classics, black and white, this this is it. This is peak.
This is
peak
a
classic black
perfect
and white horror.
movie.
Yes,
What are our ratings for it?
10.
10
10.
and a
We got
half.
two tens in the. We got 10. We got two tens in the same rotation. I am spoiling you guys. You guys are gonna hate me the next round.
Toxic will not be on. Toxic will not be on the next show. He will be dead.
By our hands.
By my hand.
And,
We got feel like
and
me and Soul are gonna show up at his door, and it's gonna be pitch black outside, and he's just gonna see two red lightsabers.
No!
well,
Man
well,
gets beat
a
to
red
death
lightsaber
with-
and a red lightsaber scythe.
Ew, friend. You should have left it. Um,
He's the Grim Reaper. It fits.
my obituary is gonna read: "Man beaten to death with military grade lights." like he was beaten by the LED baseball bat.
This isn't
It was
Watch
horrible.
Dogs. What are you talking about? Anyway, but yeah, this was. It's difficult because The Exorcist and this movie are like neck and neck for my like favorite horror movies.
This is my favorite horror movie now. This right here. It is such a simple premise, and it nails it. It nails it. There is not an people act ignorant, but that's because in universe they're scared. But again, tight writing, tight
And like,
setup.
well, one of the most interesting.
The effects are great. For the 50s, the effects are mind-blowingly good.
Yeah, they are. Like, they are shockingly good.
Yeah, and considering when this came out,
Scene?
like,
The
holy
greenhouse scene?
shit.
Oh my god. Yes! The greenhouse scene is so good.
But what I was gonna say was that like, and the best part about this movie, I think, in terms of like the writing and like the premise, is that it's all told as a flashback.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like it kind of takes away a little bit because like he gets away, but then again, the people that he's with, do you know if they got away? Do you know if they're actually sitting in another room in the building he's held in?
But yeah, even then, technically, even then, the entire movie still feels like tense as all hell.
Yeah, you actually feel the tenseness.
Yeah, it's like what you said, Toxic. It does kind of defeat it a bit, but also it still is good because it's like, well, how does he get away?
Yeah.
How does he end up like escaping?
The whole movie just feels sharp as a razor's edge.
Yes.
And you know what's the beautiful part of it? The best part of this movie? Everybody. There's so much common sense, and people are. It's like with The Deadly Spawn. After we watched this, we compared it to The Deadly Spawn because people are smart. There is competence.
Everybody is making like reasonable assumptions and careful deductions based on the information that they're given in the situation.
The phone scene. The phone scene. That's all you gotta say. The phone scene. Ooh. Oh, good.
Well, because it's obvious what the premise is. It's a town of normal people, and there's suddenly an invasion of body snatchers. And at first, this is gonna be minor spoilers for the beginning of the movie. First,
okay, I feel like with this we can spoil it because it is that old and we're to the tail end of what we want to talk about.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. People need to check out this movie.
It is pure.
It is pure, unadulterated perfection.
Time out. I think I'm gonna shill our Discord real quick if it's linked in the description. We might actually, if you do join in time, we actually might stream Invasions of the Body Snatchers. We actually might do it. November, though. November. Halloween, spooky month proper. Okay? November?
You mean October?
I said out November, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I am mentally inept. October.
Well, we're no better.
Hey, I'm not saying... okay, yeah. He's speaking mentally deficient, but we understand what he means. He's speaking language. Oh my god! But so October 5th. How about that? October 5th, because October 1st we got plans. But October 5th we will run Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the original. And you know what? We're gonna have a stream. We're gonna have a puke of shit spook night of all three. All three. We're talking about all three, and we will dive in deep. We're going to be taking notes. We're going to be talking about all of them almost simultaneously, just in case, like depending on the scene. Okay, that's shop talk. Who cares? We will be doing that.
We will watch them back to back.
Yeah, we watch them back to back, and then we will instantly jump into an episode. I don't care. Well, actually, no, we won't instantly do it because we need to take more notes and everything. But yes,
And if necessary, we'll rewatch all of them.
September, October, and November is the spook month for the Soulcast.
It is the spook season.
It is, yes, spook season.
Tis the season to
Spook-
get spooky, scary skeletons.
It is the season to kill people.
Come
Oh,
join
no,
me,
bullshit.
my
Claim that-
brothers.
No!
But yeah, this but to spoil the beginning just a bit. So like in the beginning when the invasion has, just begun, pretty much. I suppose, would you agree that that's like at the point when it's happened?
Yeah,
I'd say so.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
The invasion has just begun.
yeah, yeah. The pacing is fantastic, by the way. Oh,
Yes,
mm.
yes.
This can mean
Kill
only
sound
one
like
thing.
fine.
Pacing, the tension. Oh, it's perfect. But
When
anyway,
was the last time you felt actual tension from a movie? Hmm?
plenty of times.
The Exorcist,
Oh well,
The Exorcist,
well,
yes.
Alien.
you know what I mean. Before this night, damn it.
But
Okay, from a modern movie, I guess I'm saying.
Hmm.
You don't. I haven't.
the Commuter.
I haven't seen The Commuter.
Joker?
It's actually pretty good. No, the Commuter.
No, I
It's
heard
with
you.
Liam
I
Neeson.
heard you. I was
Have you seen The
also
Commuter?
I was
Wait,
learning my
Joker?
own movie.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty
well,
tense.
I don't know. It's just a different kind of tension, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a spook movie, but it's. But anyway, to finish up this, so in the beginning it's like, oh, the invasion has just started, and even his own dialogue, he narrates over some scenes, like talking about it. He mentions like I should have seen the signs, but because we weren't in the middle of it, and because I had just gotten back to town, I didn't see it. I should have, but I didn't.
I really
So like there's
think
like you see all of the signs, you see everything beginning to basically go to shit.
if
But
I may
because
for a
the
second.
characters, I'll wrap it up real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
But because the characters haven't seen anything too bad yet, it hasn't occurred to them that maybe they should not be here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But go
Yeah.
ahead, Soul. You
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
floor.
I also the lighting in this movie is just fucking
Yes.
impeccable.
It is gorgeous. Classic black and white.
I really think
Yeah.
that a noir nut will get a lot out of this movie.
They will have they'll have a true noir nut.
Just from how
Yeah.
good the lighting is in this movie. Like, the story might not be to your taste, but you will at
It's not
least
to your taste,
appreciate
it's-
this.
Dude, like, fuck. This is now my favorite film. My favorite, spooky movie. Like, again, such competence. The writing is so good. The effects are great, too. Like, the effects are fantastic. Nothing looks out of place. Nothing looks cartoonish. Nothing looks stupid. I love it. I love it. And I've spoiled you.
You really did.
Now,
Yeah.
again, keep in mind, we will be running some of these for movie nights on our Discord. You don't have to pay for it, none of that bullshit, like you gotta pay to get in. No, just hop in, who cares?
Yeah, just join.
Just hop in.
Just, behave yourselves.
Come in, have a drink, have a chat, watch some movies with us.
Yeah,
Don't be a cunt.
exactly. Just behave yourselves and there won't be any problems.
Yeah.
But yeah, would you guys? Who was your favorite character in the movie? Let's ask that
Ooh.
favorite character.
Ooh.
I really like the guy's dynamic with his wife. Was it?
Girlfriend, lover? I don't
No,
really know. It wasn't really established.
it's not, because if you all noticed, she is already a married woman.
Ah,
Well, I thought she said that she got divorced.
Nope. Nope. Not that I remember in that movie. She is still, because
So
that's
she's
why she
cheating.
pulls away. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, she is. Her husband's never home. Her husband's an ass, and she loved him originally, but he went to go off to do stuff. Yeah, so she is cheating. So she's, I don't like her.
Ah. Well, thank you for clarifying regardless.
I don't want to say I don't want to say the main character because
Pretty,
that's
what's the word?
it's pretty easy,
Yeah.
pretty basic of an answer.
Well, I'm
We're
sorry,
also,
but
like,
my
during...
favorite was the main character.
Also,
Yeah,
during, like,
I mean,
the whole movie, we were,
yeah.
like, thinking all these cool ideas, like, oh, are they, like, a hive mind or something? Or, you know, like,
Exactly.
yeah,
It's
it's like...
because there are certain scenes that make you think that they are. That adds to it,
Well,
and it's so good.
it's like they're a hive mind, yet they're also not. We're not gonna get too much into this, but like it's
It's
like
like...
they're yes and no. It's weird.
like... There might
it's
be some
good.
sort of, like, ranged element to it, you know?
No, a built-in excuse if one is found. That's what it is. That is what it is. It's an excuse that they all came up with. That way, if one is found and the cops get to them, they wave it away. That's what it is. That has to be, because if they're not a hive mind, how would any of them know about that scene? People that weren't involved. See?
Maybe some sort of telepathic link.
I think it's a thing where they just sat down and talked about it, because the truck scene, they have to talk about it. They have to actually have to get on a horn. Yeah, yeah. Because if it was a hive mind, then they would just do it without saying anything. So there isn't a hive mind, which is kind of dumb. But I think, I think it has to be like a thing where they have to sit and talk about it. Because there's another scene where they're sitting and talking about the people that are already infected, might as well say, are already talking about infecting somebody else. It's that scene where we actually jumped and we actually freaked out. We're like, go, go, go.
But but we won't elaborate more on it. But just watch this movie.
Oh, we want to.
Whether it's on your own or with us, just watch it. It is amazing.
The night after we stream it live. Actually, you know what? Let's stream the movie on our Discord, and then let's jump into an episode where we just talk about it straight off the cuff, hot off the presses. Let's do it. You know?
Bring that energy with us, you know?
Yes. Oh, actually, will that ruin the Invasion of the Body Snatchers night, though? The 3?
That's tough. Do we want to go with the 3 or just the 1?
We'll figure it out later. We'll figure it out later. Whatever it is, you guys are in for a treat.
Of course, we will all be muted during the process of the...
This is back. Yeah. Yeah. We got it.
Now...
We'll set up later.
Yeah. Now we're going to talk about the movie that was technically... It is not a horror movie. But we couldn't figure out what to watch, so I recommended it.
Oh. Time. There's still much to talk about. What is your least favorite on this list?
Chainsaw.
I never thought I would actually say that, because, like, again, you hear so many good things about it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that you hear so much about it.
It's touted as one of the classics of old horror movies.
I think part 2 is, because I was getting the cover for it for everything, and it looks like it has a lot more characters, a lot more charm to it, honestly. And it even has the guy who played as Otis from House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh,
for real?
Yeah. He's the brother. He's the other brother that they don't talk about.
I'm your other mother.
Or at least the other brother that wasn't shown in the movie. So, favorite.
Body.
Followed runner-up being The Exorcist.
Same. Very close second.
What is the one that surprised you the most? That isn't The Exorcist and Body Snatchers.
I would say
the Deadly Spawn. The Deadly Spawn.
The stuff in the Deadly Spawn, I would say, are tied.
Yeah.
Yes, actually.
I think so. I definitely think so. Because again, We thought that the Deadly Spawn was going to be iffy, but we thought the stuff was just going to be hot trash.
We thought it was
it
gonna
was
be a
bad.
fucking 2.
I mean, the stuff kind of was hot trash, but it was good hot trash, you know?
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it's hot.
it was-
I can't even call it hot trash. I think it's just like competent, man.
It just has
No.
it has a lot of the issues with pacing and stuff. I think the story is fine.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
if those issues were worked out, I reckon it'd be a very fine movie.
Yeah, just has to do with slight tweaking here and there, a little bit of a rewrite here and there, and I think it's gold.
Yeah.
I think it's gold.
Hell, it probably has enough there to be a 10.
Yeah, if you got rid of a few of the shit stains, quote unquote, if you got rid of those, it would be a better movie.
The stuff stains? I'm sorry, you correct yourself? Oh wait, no, it doesn't stain. Never mind. No, we can't even say that. It doesn't stain. That's one of the points
Oh
of the movie.
yeah.
How can he not
fair
like it? It doesn't even stain when it's spilled, and it's good for you. Oh, I'm just noticing the symbolism in that scene.
What?
That's when it already started. That's when it was starting
Oh.
for that kid's family. Yeah. It wasn't just them going, why did he not like it? They started sounding like the infomercials.
Oh
See?
my gosh, you're right.
We need to look at that film a little bit closer.
That's genius. That's genius.
That
my
actually
God,
might bump it up a little bit for me, honestly. Just
I've
knowing
hit
that.
I've hit Nirvana because I can notice things now in film. I'm the smart man. Look at me go.
But it's really funny to me how like the stuff is the kind of like not bad, but like kind of a jokey horror movie sort of, in terms of how
Yeah,
it enters the
it's
finished
horror
product.
light, I'd
was
say.
better than Chainsaw,
Mm.
one of the quote unquote classics. I find that hilarious.
Yeah, I definitely think it was. I definitely think it was better, honestly.
So yeah,
So-
worst one for all of us is Chainsaw, right?
What's the second worst? Because we all knew it was Chainsaw. But what's the second worst? on this list?
I was actually about to ask that.
That's tough. That's really tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of these were like, again,
Really good.
surprisingly really good.
I don't know. Like I cannot put anything close to Chainsaw. I really can't.
I would honestly say Scanners actually maybe.
It's either
again, like, it
Scanners
felt
or the
very-
stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's Scanners for me because the reason is it does still feel sporadic. Not saying that's bad. Not saying that's bad at all. It's just the lowest one I think on the scale, even though the score is still higher than the stuff for me. It's just like the pacing for Scanners, but later on it feels better the more you realize, because like again, most of the movie is seen through the eyes of the main character, and the main character is very
doesn't know
awkward,
anything.
very I don't know. I feel like we're definitely gonna have to look at it again. I feel like we're definitely gonna have a night where we look at all three,
Yeah.
if y'all want.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like it. Yeah. That's it. That's definitely it.
In that case, like the stuff and Scanners, it's a tie for me. Like they are nowhere near as bad as Chainsaw, but they are definitely like the bottom of the best.
Mm.
of the
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Out of all this huge list of good, one of them has to be at the bottom of that good list.
Yeah. So first worst is Chainsaw for all of us.
Mm.
The second worst for me and Soul is the stuff and Scanners, and for Toxic it's just Scanners.
Mm.
I'd say what's the second best, but it's the Lighthouse, hands down.
The Exorcist for me.
Because
I like The
Exorcist
Lighthouse
and
and Exorcist both.
well, the reason why I say The Exorcist for me is because the last two are perfect tens, perfect. So we can't say, oh well, what's
yeah,
the best
fair.
one?
If,
Because both of them,
if they're both equally good, then yeah.
yeah,
Then yeah, the Lighthouse.
Yeah.
Lighthouse for me.
yeah. I think Hellraiser would be below that. I think Hellraiser would be right behind the Exorcist. What? Oh no! Oh, I'm actually thinking of something now. Thinking of something. Having a thought. Having an idea.
My brain
hot
is
take.
expanding.
Your chance will be soon. I'm just kidding. So having an epiphany here, having a hot take, it might actually be Hellraiser because again, there is something that is missing. There is something that is missing. With Scanners, it's just a pacing issue. With the stuff, it's slight writing issues. Hellraiser, yeah, and pacing. Hellraiser is really good, fantastic. But again, there is a chunk of something that is just missing. I don't know what it is. It feels like it shouldn't be as long as it is, but it is.
It feels like we're building a. It feels like we're building a puzzle, but one piece just happens to be missing.
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, it's not like any other horror movie because in other horror movies, it's either like, oh, it's an alien from space, or oh, it's a slasher man who's trying to kill us. No, all of this happens because of an accident. That's another reason why I love it so much, is because it does happen because of an accident. But I don't think that's it. I think there's something else here that is missing. Oh god, I forgot about the ending. You remember the ending when they retrieved the box? Jesus Christ. I forgot about that.
Pleasure.
No, I'm talking about the other scene.
No, I know. But like that comes after. It's just like, what's your pleasure?
Yeah. But
well, now we're on to the final movie.
Yeah. This one isn't for the spook, but it was really good.
I recommended it because we had nothing else to watch, and I was like, well, we watch this, and you two were just like, all right.
Yeah, that night was before I started
actually
getting the movies up.
I think we can still safely recommend all the movies on this list, regardless.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually wouldn't recommend the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The only reason I would is to watch part 2. The only reason.
On a maybe like the day after, or back to back.
It's kind of like Evil Dead 1. You can't watch Evil Dead 2 without watching Evil Dead 1.
If you viewers plan to watch all these movies that we are talking about tonight with our Shoot the Shit, save the Texas Chainsaw Massacre for last. Trust us.
Yeah, it will kill your vibe. Because again, we were going to watch 4. I can't remember what. I think the other one was going to be Reanimator. I think the extra was going to be Reanimator, and
I think it was. Yeah.
It killed the vibe, man. I've never had a binge where something killed the vibe. I mean, we watch bad things all the time, right? That's fine, but like
they don't kill the vibe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're bad, but then again, they're so bad we have something to talk about.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun to talk about and roast
with
shit.
Texas, I don't like with Texas. I don't see us reviewing that at all, like a deep dive.
It's just underwhelming.
Depending on how good I hear part 2 is, we'll definitely deep dive 2. Maybe. I don't know. It might be one of those that are too deep dives, and like somebody else has covered way better than we could. That's actually a lot of projects that went up in smoke. I was like, oh, this person already covered it. You know, it's like a 10-hour stream, and yeah, they covered everything and more. You know.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's not like we hate him or anything. Like it definitely gets it out of the way for us to talk about something else.
But so that way we don't take too long to talk about it. But yeah, the final movie is a movie
take
called.
Your time.
Oh.
Yeah, with this I think
almost
we can,
2 hours.
I think we can talk. What already?
Yeah, we've been talking for almost 2 hours. We got 10 minutes from it, actually.
Good lord. So
look, these movies are good.
Yeah, and best thing is we didn't even go in depth with them yet.
Yeah, like
Every
we're just
time I
like
think of-
talking surface level shit.
Every time I think of Body Snatchers. Oh.
And honestly, I do find this format like kind of fun if we're talking like good stuff that we want to recommend and not spoil for people.
Yeah, Shoot the Shit horror movie medley spook season, you know.
And hey, this is kind of applicable if we want to do like regular action stuff from time to time.
Hey.
Yeah.
Would you all like to do another string of movies tonight?
I'd love to,
Maybe.
actually.
What
Uh,
do you think?
Me?
Yeah.
I said sure.
Oh, okay. I can hear Soul in his very loud voice. One action movie that I do want to actually sit and talk about soon. I will spoil this because we don't know when we're going to do it, but we are going to do it. Um, is the Judge Dredd movies. I actually really because I want to watch the movies first and then get into the comics. That way to have a better perspective, I guess, on like to see what they were trying to go for versus what actually happened. I feel like that's an interesting way to look at it. We're not
Yeah.
watching any of the Doom movies for Halloween. We're not watching those. And we're definitely not watching
What?
any of that
What are you
new
talking
school
about?
horror
There was a movie for Doom, and you're telling me there's two of them?
There's three of them, isn't there? Oh wait, no, there's two. Um,
Toxic. I was making a joke.
no, I got confused. Okay.
I was making a joke. Like,
I know.
damn it.
I'm not
We've
telling.
got it. It's fine.
Whatever.
Um,
It don't matter.
I'm
Uh,
not telling.
It don't
Stupid.
matter.
but we're, but yeah, like these, just everything except for Chainsaw was great.
Yeah.
But to talk about the final movie, uh, again, it wasn't planned, and it's a movie called Mayhem. I have seen it before, but these two idiots haven't.
Hey,
I've never heard of it until now. I probably have, but I forgot.
that's a term of endearment.
uh,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Real quick before we go in, to go a little bit longer, I actually do have a topic to talk about after this. If you guys want to have this just go a little bit longer, or you just want to cut
Sure.
it after this so we can get into the movies.
we can talk about it after we finish up the final movie of this
Okay,
little
because
medley.
we've all talked about it a little bit here and there. Yeah, not on stream or call or anything, but yeah.
Wait, what are your ratings for this?
I give it an 8. I give it a really good 8. Again, 8. Like our scale is we'll have to explain it later, but our scale is very different from other people's. Very few have we ever found a 1 or a 0. We found 1 last night, but
What was
yeah.
the one again? I can't
This is
remember.
like what? 7 writers?
Oh, right,
Oh,
those ones.
you kidding me? 7 writers. 7 writers.
Oh yeah, right.
Or was that last night? Or that...
That was the night off. We found that I found that out the night before the night.
It was after the stream was over.
Yeah.
Wait, that wasn't caught on the stream? We were talking about the 7 writers thing?
No,
Were
no
we?
wait. It must have been on the stream. I swear to God.
It had to. Yeah, that was. It was.
Okay.
Because I was about
Okay,
to
my
say.
bad.
Like,
My bad.
yeah,
My
because if it didn't, then you just cut the stream without telling us.
bad. But yeah, Soul, what would you give Mayhem?
I'd give it a good old 8.
Yeah, same 8.
Like, don't get me wrong. I hate all the characters in the movie, but you know, that's just because I hate office workers.
Jesus Christ. Even the ones that are just trying to feed their family?
Yes.
Especially those. Especially those ones.
I fucking
Father, why do
hate
people
office
hate doing
workers
your
so
work?
much.
Because they don't understand what it takes, son.
And I'm not joking, by the way. I do genuinely just hate office workers.
Because you're bigoted.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it's a pretty good movie, personally.
Yeah, I actually like the premise. It was a lot better than what something else I guess I could technically compare it to.
I will also say real
The
quick
Purge.
that this movie is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, it's got some gore and bits and stuff.
And lynchings.
And
And
smacks.
the main character gets some mad pussy.
And there's also sex in the background too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Long doll.
Get some
Ah,
mad
come-
pussy. Uh, but yeah, the premise of the movie is that in the world, a new disease has emerged, known as I think IB7 or ID7, I forget.
IB, I think it
IB.
was.
IB,
The
but
eye.
It was nicknamed
it's
Red Eye.
yeah, it is nicknamed the red eye virus because one of the major symptom of the virus is, or not the major, but like the most noticeable symptom is blood vessels in the eye, in one of the eyes of the victim popping, and uh, producing a red eye effect
Yeah.
in the eyes.
Basically the sickness will. Or do you want me to go, or
Yeah,
I'll
go
let
ahead.
you go. No. I'll let you go. It was a movie that you told us to watch, and I have talked too much. So how about you?
You've talked in, you've talked you're fine in terms of your talking, but I will continue. What the virus
You
does
dig
is
it?
that it removes your inhibitions. So basically, all the logical thinking side of your brain shuts off, and you are just driven by your instincts, your desires, and your carnal lusts. And the movie opens with a man being murdered, and it being explained that because he was infected with the red eye virus, he could not be held liable for his actions because he was not thinking clearly. And so there you go. That is the premise of the movie, pretty much.
Mm.
That is like the
I would say it's a pretty strong premise, all things considered.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've seen some movies that do kind of stuff like this, not with illnesses and things, but like, oh look, legal murder, and I think this one, just off the top of my head, does the best, honestly.
Mm.
Well, yeah, because with this one, it's people who are genuinely like unable to control themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whereas in the Purge, like I do think the premise of the Purge is interesting, but
Like, not.
the way it's
There wouldn't be
executed,
that many people who would go out of their way to just curb stomp people to death in their own
we're
homes.
not watching The Purge.
we're not.
Just you viewers, we're not. We don't care about that film. We might cover it later if you know what. People pay us to watch it. You know what? Pay us. Pay us
Give
to
us
watch it.
all
And we'll watch it.
Go
give
to our
us all of your
Patreon,
money.
which is linked down in the description, and we
Oh
might.
wait, is this it? Yeah, give us money.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. You don't need to
Uh,
give us anything.
You don't need to give us
anything at all.
money?
I'm joking.
But
If you want us to do the
for the
Purge-
purge, yeah, that's the only thing that we're gonna say that you have to pay us for.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'll ever say. You have to give us money for is to watch that fucking trash fire of a film.
Isn't there like four of
and,
them?
and a series.
There's five. There's five and a
Well,
series.
because at first it's stupid, but I'm not gonna get into it. But
He was like, "Oh,
but
it's
yeah,
so deep because it would happen. It would actually fix things. No, it won't. Like if it starts, it's not going to end. So like, if there's that many people doing it, oh god, I don't want to.
but
If there's that many
anyway,
people that are willing to do it, then it's not going to end.
anyway, um, but in this movie it actually makes sense because they can't control themselves, and the main character of the movie is a regular guy, regular Joe Schmo, uh, who at first like basically it's the kind of age-old story of an office worker going to work, and first month they're all smiles, they're all bright and happy, but then they begin to become decrepit and they realize just how terrible the job is, but then they start playing the system and start working with it to get ahead.
And
he
people start
becomes
noticing.
yeah, and he becomes kind of an asshole. He does, but through the course of the film he becomes less of an asshole. Do you guys agree?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
essentially, the whole building that he works at gets infected with the red eye virus. and he essentially gets fired. We won't explain why, but he does get fired. But before he can leave the building to, get properly fired, they are locked in and are forced to stay inside for 8 hours while the cure is being pumped through the ventilation system. And in a last-ditch effort, he's hoping that he can go up to talk with the Nine, who are basically the board of
Yeah,
directors,
the board of directors. Yeah.
and they have to, and he wants to go up there so he can ask for his job back. And a lot of murder, a lot of fighting, a lot of hijinks ensue to get to the top.
And a
That's
lot
really
of background
crazy
shags.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, shagging happens.
it's a pretty good movie, all things considered.
Yeah, it was
It
really good.
it is nothing special in terms of like its plot or anything, or in terms of like the whole of it per se.
Yeah.
But it doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it does a damn good driving it. It does a damn good job driving it.
And hey, oh, we got some comments.
Oh.
Woo!
Let me just get to
would you
them
guys-
real quick.
Would you guys agree?
Yeah, I definitely agree. It was really good. I give it I give it an 8. I would definitely give it an 8. It didn't blow me out of the water or anything. Didn't blow my dick, but
Didn't blow me.
yeah, you heard me. I already said it. But
He's saying
yeah,
in his context.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh. But yeah, really good. I liked it. Thank you for showing us this film, man.
yeah, I'm really glad you guys liked it. I was worried because in the beginning, Soul it was quiet because it was all the build up, and in the middle of it, Soul just went, "I hate this. I hate everyone here."
Yeah.
Someone said, "What's going?" Zian Hussein says, "What's going on here?" And then Moist Maiden Lover says, "Jumping on the bed is a euphemism for the sex." Shut up! Shut up!
Yes.
But yeah, like, I just think it's a very good movie.
I
A
agree.
pretty good movie.
I think it was a very solid movie.
And I was really worried that Soul was that you guys would end up hating it, because just Soul, just in the middle of quiet, just says, "This sucks."
Dude, he says the weirdest shit, like, when there's nothing being said.
Yeah, like
That's
for
great.
instance, I'm gonna scare him with a Santa.
We're not giving you context. No, we'll give you context later. We won't give them context.
I'm gonna scare him with the Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
For the Gundam fans out there, you can figure
Nope.
that out for yourselves.
Okay. Yeah. But anyway, not to cut this short, ladies and gentlemen, but
I think that's all we have to say.
basically all we can. Yeah, I was going to talk about something, but I'll talk about it the next time we actually stream. Again, these are just little short, like, bursts of ideas and things that we have, shoot to shit, where we just sit and talk and chat about different things.
And
I
we
will
want to talk
say-
about horror movies.
I will say about the show as a whole, it will be getting better. I know it's been a little iffy, it's been a little rough lately, but we're gonna fix it. We're gonna make it better. We're gonna make it a lot more better for people to actually sit and watch. And thank you all for giving us your time. Honestly, it's because we do this for a hobby, but we also do it for people to actually see.
We try and do it
So-
seriously.
As cheesy as it's going to sound, share us around. Share us here and there. You don't have to. It's not a big deal. But it'd be highly appreciated.
Introduce us to your grandmother. It'll be great.
You always like when YouTubers always say, "Oh, share me." No, like it legit. Like if you don't like share around, like people don't get discovered. It's because of the algorithm. The algorithm
The
is
type of content we
disgusting.
do is like YouTube doesn't really like the type of
Long
content we
form
do.
content.
Yeah.
YouTube hates us.
Yes. Mama
Why do you
Susan
hate us?
hates
What do
us.
we ever do to you? You were born.
Oh, but anyway, thank you guys.
Do you guys want to continue and just like chat and chill?
Well, I thought we were gonna watch more movies
Oh
and have
yeah,
more stuff
right. My
to talk
bad.
about. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I would, but again, we gotta, watch more movies. So again, thank you guys for showing up. Highly appreciate it. The few who actually did sit and watch. Again, as cringe as it sounds, share us around. Um, and thank y'all.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us today. We'll see
It
you
was a
next time.
pleasure. Bye bye.
Good.
Happy Spook Month, you